Taken Uxbridge. Congratulations, Buzzer. How are you?
Very, very well. Thank you very much, Jeremy. It's been an extraordinary night already, as I'm sure you've all been discussing, and I think in many ways a really good night for Conservatives in London when you consider what was supposed to happen only a few hours ago. And you know, I've just heard that we've picked up not just Kingston and Sutton, but Twickenham as well. Nobody thought that was going to happen. It's an amazing achievement. Yes, we've lost some great London MPs, but you've seen incredibly, and going back to what the previous speaker was saying, you're seeing swings against Labour even in London. And I think that really does show that what happened in this election was the British people at the last moment really woke up and thought, what is the big choice here? Do you want to go forward with David Cameron and a sensible programme for economic growth, or do you want to go backwards to failed policies of division under Ed Miliband?
It's interesting you talk about the British people, because the Scottish people didn't come to that conclusion,
about
did
the
they?
Decisiveness of that choice. Well, of course, that they did decisively reject the Labour Party, and that was very, very telling.
Not as decisively as they rejected you.
Now.
Well, actually,
we cannot. Let's not quibble about the decisiveness with which they rejected either us or the Labour Party. They decisively rejeced the Labour Party, and yes, to get to
I think the substance of your point, the seats are not a very good measure.
They've posed a big constitutional question for us all. How do we keep our country together in this context? How do we make sure that we continue to bubblegum this great union of ours together and make? And I think actually it will be surprisingly simple to do. I think we need to sit down and work out a federal solution.
Surprisingly simple.
I seriously,
I don't federal solution.
I don't think that in the end. Yes, with further devolution to the component parts. I don't think that in the end, even the large numbers of people who voted SNP last night are going to want to split up the UK in that final fundamental sense. I think they're going to want to try to keep us together if they can. I think we need to work on that. We need to be sensitive. We need to take time and come up with a solution.
Boris, talking about keeping things together, do you think that David Cameron ought to go for another coalition? We don't know what the precise figures are going to be now, but do you think he should aim for another coalition?
Well, let us see, Jeremy, whether such a thing is indeed necessary, because you know, the exit polls may be wrong in two senses. They may have overestimated the Conservative performance, though indeed they may have underestimated it. And we are seeing some pretty amazing results, as I say, and results that we didn't expect. We've held seats that we thought we were going to lose. Just here in London, we've taken seats that we didn't think we were going to win. So let's hold fire on that. Let's see what kind of position the Prime Minister is in tomorrow morning. But one thing is absolutely certain: he will be the winner of this election. He will have won more seats by far than the Labour Party. There is absolutely no question that the Labour Party under Ed Miliband has had one of its worst performances in recent memory. I think obviously it's a matter for the Labour Party, but I cannot myself see how he can continue very long in his office.
Well, of course, David Cameron won't be continuing indefinitely, will he?
And I think that obviously the Labour Party will have to work out how they take things forward. Their mistake.
How long are you prepared to wait, Boris?
Was to vacate the centre ground and to abandon Blairism. I mean, what David Cameron, who, by the way, just to knock back your feeble interruptions, what David Cameron will do for the next 5 years is I think, deliver sensible, pragmatic, one-nation Conservative policies that are designed to benefit everybody in this country and to create an environment where, yes, we accept that we need to raise productivity, and yes, we need to make sure that people on low incomes
Boris,
do better in their lives.
How long are you going to give him before you go for him?
The only way to achieve that is, as I say, to have a strong economy. What are you asking now, Jeremy?
I'm asking you how long you're going to give your old friend as leader of the party before you go for his job.
Well, as you know, and I said to you many times before, I'm very lucky just now to have been elected member for Uxbridge and South.
You weren't lucky at all. You could have got a donkey in there with a blue rosette on.
I have a year to discharge my mandate as Mayor of London. There's a lot to do. We've got to get Crossrail 2 in the ground. We've got to do all sorts of, make sure all sorts of things are basically unstoppable. And in a year's time, you know, anything else that, frankly, Jeremy, that may befall me in my political career will be a bonus, icing on the cake. So, and I don't know what it will be, but what I do know is
you're going for it in a year's time, then.
David Cameron has done an absolutely amazing job. He has done a blinding job and delivered. And
we've got the picture, but in a year, all bets are off, eh?
No, I think obviously in a year's time, I will step down as Mayor of London and hope to be useful in some other capacity to my my party and the world generally. But David Cameron, as you know, has I think achieved something sensational tonight. He has defied the critics. He has confounded the pollsters. He's amazed the political world, and there we are. It is a most astonishing turnaround. And as I say, I think the pollsters need to go around polling themselves and asking themselves what's gone wrong.
You feel sorry for Nick Clegg?
So I'm sorry. Say that again.
I said, do you feel sorry for Nick Clegg?
Well, look, I always feel sorry for anybody in that position. There's a natural human compassion when you actually, he hasn't lost his seat, has he? He hung on, didn't he? But obviously I imagine, judging by what he's just said, that he will be tendering his resignation as leader of the Lib Dems. I think the truth is that Nick Clegg was acting in a very responsible way. He served the country. He put the interests of the country above the interests of his party. That is unquestionably true. And he's paid a very considerable political price for that. And I think people should recognise that. And I think the country owes him a very considerable debt.
Boris Johnson, thanks very much. Thank you.
Thank you.